All right, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy DOITWITHDAN, and we're back at it again with another, I was gonna say e-bike review, but this is a scooter. So this is my first scooter review, I guess. It's actually my first time really on any sort of real time on one of these electric scooters as an adult. You know, I had one of these ones when I was a kid, which was kind of like this, but way slower, belt driven. It had like a wooden board on the top. I certainly didn't go 25 miles an hour, you know, which 25 miles an hour on a scooter seems insane to me. But this is the Navi SP3. You know, we got nice loud blinkers. We like this, you know, it's got a bell. Don't know why they went with that versus a horn when they already had audio. But it might rain on us today, so we got the headlight too. We like that, that's nice and bright. And not only are we doing a review on this thing, but I also have a topic at hand today. So that'll be fun. We're gonna hop on this thing and see if we can get it to go fast. Not gonna lie, I had a nice big old bowl before we got on the road here. Big old dab. So your boy is grade A retarded right now. Man, the leaves are falling though. The colors are changing. It's very much winter already. And like, yeah, it's a little grumpy out. You know, the weather's kind of nasty, but at the same time, it's kind of nice. You know, it's been so balls fucking hot. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not a big scooter guy. Like, I think electric bicycles are probably the best like way to get around publicly that isn't just a bicycle and isn't just electric, right? Like, I don't know, something about staying on a scooter always sketched me out. Even going moderately fast, you know? Like, this thing will do 25 miles an hour, but when I got it, I couldn't get it to go above like 15, 16 miles an hour. There's like you gotta like hack it, and not like hack it, I mean, there's like you just press a button, pull a lever. You know, I'll link off in the description of how to do it, but there's like the way to unlock it for a full 25 miles an hour. And this thing will do a full 25 miles an hour. Like, it hauls ass, bro. Is this guy on roller skates? This dude's on roller skates. Oh, dude, I haven't seen rollerblades in forever. Whoa. Dude, also super sketchy to take your hands off the handlebars on scooters. I don't know why it's like that. The brakes are also super sensitive. I mean, let's be honest, this thing is, for the price, it's good, right? Like, these things get expensive. They can get to like thousands of dollars, right? I've seen the scooters get close to $1,000. Some of them go really fast, right? They're getting the multiple thousands of dollars, you know? Which is crazy, right? For a scooter, you know? One thing I'll say that this thing needs is it needs hydraulic brakes, right? They're mechanical, you know, like a bicycle, which is fine. But the problem with mechanical brakes over hydraulic brakes is there's no smoothness to them. It's like on and off. It's like, if you have like a full-blown brake reservoir, it's much easier to like throttle, but like this thing has like on or off. It really wants to throw you over the handlebars. I mean, look at this. We're definitely gonna get rained on today, but it's nasty, but it's pretty at the same time. Like how everyone says that New York is a beautiful city. Yeah, as long as you're not looking at like the rats or the homeless people, all that stuff. Oh shit, I'm too tall, I'm hitting stuff with my head. They claim this thing will do like 25 miles, like in range or something like that. I don't know, we'll see. I'll bump it down to like 14. I don't need to cruise 20 miles an hour. 25 miles an hour is sketchy on a scooter anyway. I don't know what people are thinking doing 25, 30 miles an hour on a scooter, dude. I have a buddy that has one that's like capable of like 50. It's like, bro, who is that for? Who's doing 50 on a fucking scooter? Oh, then again, have you seen that video of that guy in Atlanta who's cruising around on that? I think it's like one of those rental scooters or whatever. You know, he's on the main highway, like full tuck in with traffic, dude. That's crazy, bro. Or those people who ride those one wheels, you know what I'm talking about? Like the one wheel bicycle looking things. It's like you stand on it, you lean forward, you lean backwards. No, dude, those look super gay. No offense, no offense. There's like a dude, I'm gonna talk shit about somebody else on YouTube. I don't like doing that. I see his Instagram reels pop up all the time, but he's on one of those scooter dudes, like Scooter Corn or something like that. He's got good vibes, but it's gay as fuck, dude. Like, I'm just hating for no reason, honestly. You know, but I do have a topic that I'd like to talk about today. If you guys will have me, right? Something I've been thinking about for a while. And maybe you guys will empathize with me, maybe you guys will understand what I'm talking about here. Maybe some of you guys need to talk about it too. But something I've been struggling with for a while now is mediocrity, right? Like, I feel like I'm mediocre at a lot of stuff. Like, I'm okay at a lot of stuff. Like, I'm an okay fabricator. I'm an okay YouTuber. I'm good at a lot of stuff, right? But I'm not amazing at anything, right? There's nothing that I'm amazing at. Not a damn thing, actually, that I personally, I think, you know? And sure, like, I'm definitely my harshest critic when it comes to that kind of stuff. I had this conversation with Laura a couple days ago, or just the other night, I should say. But I'm not good enough for myself, you know? I'm good enough for her, she says. This is all my opinion of myself, but like, I'm not good enough. I'm never good enough for myself, you know? Like, sure, my parents love me, Laura loves me, you guys love me, that's great and all, whatever. I just never find myself to be good enough for me. Do you know what I mean? Something that I've been struggling with a lot lately. I can never find solace in anything that I accomplish because it's never good enough. The end result isn't quick enough, or it isn't polished enough. You know, I don't feel good enough about doing a bunch of shit. Like, it just doesn't matter how hard I try or how good I do. Very rarely do I walk away from something fully like, that is amazing, you know what I'm saying? Does anybody else have this issue? Like, no matter what you do, you're just not good enough for yourself? And I'm torn, right? I'm torn between like allowing myself to be okay with imperfection or just doing better, right? Because like, that's the difference. I'm always looking to like, I do something, I get halfway through it, I'm like, I could have done that better. You know, and I either restart it and it takes forever to finish, or I have to finish it the way it is and I'm unhappy with the desired, you know what I mean? Like, I'm unhappy with the finished results. And I feel like no matter how good of a job I do, I could be doing better. Because genuinely, like, what am I, 32? Born in 93, 32 now? It's just, I'm not amazing at anything, you know, per my own standards. You know, I look at some of the stuff that other people accomplish, not that you should compare yourself to other people. It's, you know, comparison is the thief of joy. But as much as like, I'm like, I can do that. I should be able to do that, you know? And I'm getting to that age now where it's like, okay, I just dodged a spider web. But I'm getting to that age now where it's like, okay, like, I want to be great at something. If it's just like jack of all trades, a master of none, is still better than a master of one or something like that. I know that phrase is odd, but like, I just want to be good at something, really good at something. Not okay at something, not pretty good at something. I want to be amazing at something, you know? And that's the thing I struggle with. It's like, what do I really want to put my effort 100% into being amazing at, you know? Are any of you guys struggling with that, you know? Like, I feel like I'm teeing this up for something bigger, you know, and maybe I'll figure out the plot further down the road I go, which is why I hop on the scooter or the bikes or whatever to do these reviews. It gets me out into nature, it gets me away from like the screen, and I get to kind of just think a little bit clearer. Oh, and by the way, I know the wind is blowing my hair back. You guys get to look at my 5 head. Now, speaking of aging, bro, I got some silvers going on in the dome, the top of the dome, the scalp. I don't know if you guys can see them on that little camera, but I got some gray silvers in my forehead, Dominican region. Your boy's getting old, man. Your boy's getting old. Not like, I'm not like old to where it's sad, but you know, I'm starting to approach that age where it's like, all right, shut up, do your job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm no longer young and cool. I'm now early middle-aged. I feel like it's a good age to figure out how to be less mediocre at something, how to be a better whatever I want to be, you know? Like, I've spent all these years, like the last 10 years or so, 8 years, just collecting tools and pocketing abilities, right? Like, I can weld. Yeah, I can drive a car all right. Yeah, I can play video games all right. I don't know if some of you guys are gonna think that's a skill or not, but I mean, I work hard at it. Yeah, I can build stuff. Yeah, I can powder coat. Like, I got all the tools to do it. I got the ability to make a bunch of stuff. But like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? What does that mean? If I've got my own shop, it's not quite open. Well, I guess it is open for business. You know, you guys buy the merch, I make a product. But what am I gonna dedicate the next 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30 more years of my life to? And here's the thing, I don't feel like I'm in a rush to figure it out. I feel like I'm in a good place, you know, a good position in my life to figure that out. You know, it's not like I have my back up against the wall. You know, I'm at least cognitive of it now at this age, where it's like, Yeah, you got to figure out what you're gonna do the rest of your life, forehead. And here's the thing, right? A lot of you guys have grown up alongside of me. Whether you've been just slightly older than me or slightly younger than me. Like, I know people who be like, oh, Dan, I've been watching you since I was in middle school, which is fucking crazy, by the way. Your parents had zero social guidance on you whatsoever if they're just letting you watch me touch semis at 150 miles an hour when you're in middle school, saying God knows what. Excluding all of that, we've kind of grown up alongside of each other, right? And more than likely, you're at a similar age and point in your life where you're like, damn, I really need to figure it the fuck out, you know? Not because what I'm doing right now isn't working, not to say that, like, I'm very comfortable. I'm very happy with where I'm at in life, you know? I've got my dream car, I've got my dream girl, I own a home, you know? I'm not making a ton of money, but like, I'm comfortable. I got hot food on my plate, cold air conditioning blowing, water that comes out of the faucet when I turn it on. I may not be rich, but I am wealthy, brother. I'm wealthy, you know? And I think a lot of people kind of forget how rich they are or how wealthy they are when it comes to that. Because there is a large part of this world who don't have that. They don't have access to internet. They don't have access to their favorite car or running water even. Some people don't know where their next meal is coming from. Like, yeah, rich can be a Lamborghini in your garage, right? Rich can be a big fancy house, you know? But real wealth comes from happiness, right? Like, when you guys met me, I was just a kid, you know, I wasn't even 20 when I started my YouTube channel, I don't think. So like, truly, I've gone from like being a kid to being like an early adult. Like, you're not like a real adult till like in your like 40s, you know, and then you're like an official adult in your 50s, and then everything else is like, oh, well, I'm an old person now, you know? No offense, mom and dad. So I'm in the beginning stages of being a real adult, and I need to figure out what makes real adult Dan work. I'm just trying to figure out how I can be really good at that. What am I missing to be proficient in that? Hey, puppy. Dogs be reactive, man. It's just how it is. If you know you, which I do, I know me. I think I kind of know you, believe it or not. We might not agree on everything. We might not see the same eye to eye on certain things. And I've probably said some stuff that you are either mad about or disagree with, or maybe you've left the channel because of something I've done, but you've eventually found your way back. Or maybe this is your first time meeting me. But I feel like I know you a good bit, whether or not you know you a good bit. And you know, I feel the same way a lot of the times, you know? And I even go through these like weird moments of like incredibly passionate and busy, followed by extraordinary down, I'm exhausted, I'm burnt out, I don't want to do anything moments, you know? Some of it's seasonal, like right now it's kind of seasonal. It's getting cold, it went from being really hot to being cold. You know, I feel that, but I also recognize now that I probably need to change some things about the way I do stuff, the way I live my life, in order to become great. And I don't really think it's something that like ChatGPT can help you with. I don't think it's something that even like a talk with your parents or someone smarter than you know, can help with. I think it's more of like you gotta figure out what that means to you, what it means to be great. I think the answer is that it's gonna be hard, right? You know, actually this thing isn't that bad to ride, man. I was really sketched out about being on a scooter going so fast, but you know, we've done pretty good. We've done pretty good. It's not like a bicycle, you know, where you're sitting down. A lot of the uncomfortableness is by, you know, it's like you're standing on a really small board. I don't know what the best way is to distribute that weight or whatnot, but it's not bad, man. It's been kind of comfortable. And I tell you, 15, 20 miles an hour on a scooter is more than enough for me. I am good on that, dude. I mean, I can't remember exactly what these things come in at, but they're definitely under $1,000 bucks. And that's a good price point. One of the things I wish it had, I know this is gonna sound stupid and gay, but I wish I had mirrors. I wish I had mirrors. That would make things a little bit nicer and easier for me. I could see behind me and shit. Oh, the sun's coming out. That's nice. But I also gotta think about, like, this is gonna be kind of annoying to, like, this is gonna be kind of lame to talk about, but I also gotta kind of think about what my life is gonna be like in 20 years, you know? Am I gonna still be able to walk? Am I still gonna be able to, like, move? I don't know. I'm in pretty substantial pain constantly to be in my 30s. You know, what's 40s gonna look like? I hope better. I hope better. I'm not really doing myself any favors, man. I know what I need to do to be great, if I'm being honest with you guys. the real answer, it's not gonna be easy, right? If you or I want to be great at something, we're gonna have to get up earlier, go to bed earlier, eat better, and work out more, and dedicate every fucking second, every waking moment to that, you know? I know this is gonna sound crazy, right? But I feel like a lot of people's greatness is born out of misery, right? People who are miserable with their lives, with who they are, with what they are, that's what tends to inspire greatness, right? You know, you only become a strong warrior once you've been through some battles. And here I am at 32, I'm very happy and comfortable. Like, you know, I don't have a Lamborghini in the garage, but I have a nice car, you know? I've got a nice truck that I worked and owned, worked for and built, you know? Like I said, I have a house that I've bought, you know? It's not crazy. It's not, you know, $1 million mansion, but it's more than enough for me and my family. I think in order to inspire greatness for myself, I'm gonna have to make myself miserable. I'm gonna have to wake up earlier, go to bed earlier, eat better, and work out, and practice and practice and practice, and just put forth more effort, which is crazy because I already feel like I put a ton of effort into stuff. You know, honestly, I'm gonna take, like, the scooter itself is great. I just don't think scooters are for me. You know? I think bicycles are just more convenient and better. You can store stuff on a bicycle, and you can still get exercise if you want to use the bicycle for exercise. We've been cooking pretty much 20-ish miles an hour this whole trip though. I would say the battery life is probably pretty good. We're about probably an hour in worth of riding, maybe a little bit less, maybe about 45 minutes. And we still got 2 bars of battery left, so the battery seems to be doing okay. I don't know if you'd want to use this to commute every day. I don't know how this works, you know, if you live in like a city. I will say the one thing that I do consider to be a downside of this scooter is it does not charge fast, right? I've had electric bikes before that charge relatively quick. This thing is the charger's a little underpowered, I think. Or maybe it's the batteries that are receiving the power. I don't really know how all that works, but it could definitely be charging faster. I'll say that. It took several hours to go from a low charge to a full charge. I mean, I guess if you have under 20-mile commute to work, and then you're at work for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, or if you live in a small town like a 5-minute city and you can commute that way every way, then, you know, that's totally fine, I guess. But you're not gonna be taking this thing through downtown Atlanta all day long, you know what I mean? It's also kind of, like, there's not a whole lot of give in the suspension. If there is any, it's got that like weird wishbone design that I see a lot of people use nowadays. And you know what's even crazier to me, thinking about going back to the subject, is that there's probably people who are watching this video going, Dan, what are you talking about? Like, I think you're great at this, I think you're entertaining, or you know, that's because you have, you know, low standards of me, I guess. I'm just fucking with you. But no, truthfully, there's probably people who are watching who watch the stuff that I build and think that it's amazing. But I'll have you know that every time I've ever built hardly anything, pretty much anything ever, I walk away from it going, I wish I did better, you know? I wish I'd done better. And that's another reason why the Magna took a good longer than I expected to, is because a lot of the stuff I did for the Magna I wasn't happy with. It wasn't good enough for me, you know? And I know a lot of people are just gonna be happy to win a free motorcycle when they get it. You know, you're like, wow, that's such a great motorcycle. We are on our last bar of battery, and we still have quite a bit of a way to go. So I'm gonna reduce our speed here to a little bit slower. I'll just throttle it down a little bit. Oh, dude, we still have oh, dude, this thing's dying on us. No doubt, we have a long way to go. We're definitely gonna lose battery on the way home. No doubt. I didn't realize how far we'd gone, dude. We've been going for miles. And it's not like an electric bicycle where it's just a regular bicycle if it dies on you. This thing uses all of your power all of the time. Dude, we're See, this is that range anxiety people always talk about with Teslas and shit. I know where we're at. I think we're gonna make it home. We're at the Great Bamboo Forests of Hiram. We should make it. Oh, we hit the red bar. Oh shit. All right. We gotta scoot it. We gotta be careful now. Whew. I mean, barely made it. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Put it right here. Put this big old beast right next to my other beast. You know, they're essentially the same thing. You know, no gear, I can wear flip-flops while riding both of them. They both haul ass. Actually, let's see how close we were to empty. How far away from absolute fucking zero were we? I don't think we'll know until we plug it in, which is 5%. Oh, I had more than I thought. I had way more than I thought. 5% ain't bad.
All right, I'm gonna close this out by saying, for my first scooter review, I quite like this one. It's got all the features that you need, like the headlight and the bell, and honestly, I believe it is more than fast enough. Maybe it's just because I'm new to the scooter scene, but 25 miles an hour feels incredibly fast on these things. And not only that, but they're a really reasonable price. I started looking more and more into scooters like these, and these are priced surprisingly low for what you get, and I believe they're on sale right now too. Now obviously I've left a link in the description for one of these scooters if you want to pick one up. It's the holiday season, it'd be a perfect time to get one for a family member or a loved one, especially if it's someone who needs to travel long distances or go on trails but not necessarily want to walk the whole time, and you don't need a massive bike either. Like, that's the convenience of this, that it's both light and compact versus like having to carry a whole bike. Also I want to say thank you Navi for getting us a nice comfortable ride for today's vlog. I really appreciate it. Assembly was stupid easy. A lot of these electric bikes that I get are way more work to put together than they're worth. But this thing was super simple. 4 screws, unfold it, it's ready to go. Very nice, smooth, comfortable, and very fast ride, I might add. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.